What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my Monarch Legacy of Monsters reviews. This video we're going to be talking about Monarch Episode 4. This one is directed by Julian Holmes, who also directed Episode 3. It's also written by Amelia Bell Hartz, and this episode is titled Parallels and Interiors. So, yes, the Monarch show is continuing. So, out of the 4 episodes so far, I'll be straight up front. This is my least favorite of the bunch. Probably because it is the least exciting, but it's not a bad episode. I actually liked it more upon the second viewing. I think maybe because the third episode was a lot more fun. This episode's more sort of like a slower kind of character-focused stuff. Mostly the Kentaro show. We get more into his past story. We see how he met May and like kind of the foundation of that relationship. There are no flashbacks within this episode, so you don't have the constant time jumping. So for some people, that's probably a plus because it can just focus entirely on the present day stuff. So I'll go ahead and quickly summarize what I do each episode, and then we'll give my overall final thoughts, and there's some mysterious things happening. Also, today, as I'm recording this, is Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire trailer day. They also just dropped a new teaser trailer of sorts for Monarch Legacy of Monsters for the remainder of the season, because CCXP is currently going on at the time I'm recording this thing, but I want to get this thing recorded. So by the time this video is up and such, I'm sure the New Empire trailer will be out, and I'll probably post something on that one first, but I want to get this video kind of recorded right now, so before I move into something else. But I am excited for the remainder of Monarch this season, because I've seen some things, like Godzilla's going to be fighting the Ion Dragon based on the new trailer, so it looks like he's fighting in the Hollow Earth or something like that. It's really cool visual stuff, but I don't know how it's all gonna like tie together, but I am excited. So but anyway, so the episode opens up in 2015. We see this woman working for Monarch. Her name is Barnes, and she's getting a bunch of crazy readings, so she contacts Monarch, and what we come to find out with this stuff is there's some various spikes across the planet, and there's kind of this beam of light. It looks like the portals to kind of Hollow Earth. You know how like Godzilla versus Kong had those little kind of glowing portals that took you right into Hollow Earth? So it looks like there's a lot of emerging portals kind of coming up through the ground of sorts between the normal Earth and the Hollow Earth. So there's all these spikes across the planet. And the reason I think Godzilla's probably showing up in these things, he sees all these things kind of rising. He's going to try and keep things in check. So we have this stuff going on there. Then kind of back in Alaska, we open up with the Frost Vark Titan still kind of chasing after the group. We come to find out that it is attracted to heat because Kentaro fired a flare and the thing kind of went after it, but they all try to escape. May's legs, they hide in a cave. May is standing on some kind of thin ice and her legs fall through, and this is what leads to her kind of like getting to hypothermia. So it's about them trying to survive. The group tries to go off and find some place. Kentaro remembered on the plane, which I mentioned in the last episode, about seeing something kind of in the sky, if you will. So we also come to find out the Frostvark Titan seems to kind of have some sort of effect on its environment, and that it kind of makes people hallucinate and like see various things, and kind of like makes things a bit trippy, because this is probably the most like I don't know, the most bizarre episode in terms of like visuals and like hallucinations and stuff like that. It's not the most straightforward per se in that regards. Like, I mean, Kentaro's hallucinating things, he's seeing kind of things. Some of the other characters are kind of going droopy, loopy and stuff. But again, the main focus of this episode is pretty much on Kentaro. We see some flashbacks of how he met May. We find out that he was a struggling artist beforehand, trying to sell his work. His mom was there for encouragement, and there's a bit of frustration on his end between him and his dad. During one of his shows, he went to take a picture of the poster, and May just happened to walk into frame while he was taking the photo. They get into a little bit of a discussion, talk, if you will. And that kind of like is the sparking moment of their relationship. They kind of have a quick one-night stand, and then eventually I think that leads into more stuff. Like I said, that stuff's kind of like I said, if you want to know more about the characters, try and get you more invested in their story. But a lot of the episode is kind of focused on that instead of like the more mystery aspect of Monarch. But again, I understand its purpose. I want to get you like more invested in them before we kind of go forward. So there's also some kind of mysterious, intriguing stuff going on with May. Like, why was she there at that exact moment? She's like, even on her phone calls when she's off, like after she kind of has her little moment with Kentaro, she's on the phone, and there's some mysterious stuff going on with her. Maybe she has some sort of connection with Monarch. Maybe there's like a rival organization to them. I don't know. I feel like there's more going on with her character that's kind of like being hinted at. So we got that stuff going on there. She also supposedly has some stuff with her sister. So I don't know who her sister is. Maybe it'll be somebody like high up within Monarch or something like that. I don't know. It could be just a coincidence, but I feel like there's something else with that there too. We also see some scenes at Monarch where you have Tim talking about like the emergence within Hollow Earth and that. We also found out that I also kind of found out the lady's name from the previous episode where there was it was Duval and Tim, and there was that kind of woman from Monarch. I guess her name is Assistant Director Natalia Verdugo. Verdugo, I don't know how you pronounce it, but that's the character's name. But yeah, so Monarch's doing this stuff. They're trying to do their thing, and then back in the present time, so Kentaro goes off on his own little vision quest, if you will. He kind of separates from the group because he's like kind of determined to think like he saw something, and then the others kind of see this light coming up from the Earth, which looks like the portals from Hollow Earth. So half the most of the group goes. You have Shaw, you have May, and you have Kate going off to do that. Kentaro's going off and doing his thing because he believes in himself. And eventually, like I said, there's some hallucinations and kind of really trippy stuff. He finds like pencil shavings that belong to his dad, and he's able to kind of radio in for help and rescue the team. And then, of course, there's something else going on, I think, between Kate and May. They're maybe hinting at something. Like, that's the stuff that kind of bogs the episode down just a little bit here and there. So Lee Shaw finds out that it takes heat to kind of lure the Titan at one point. He decides to use some jet fuel to kind of like give this thing a big kind of like meal, if you will. Kurt Russell does have the best line of the episode where he's like, "Dinner time, you son of a bitch," and then he kind of lights it. And the thing goes after it. Now, that would have been a cool way to kind of kill the Titan. I kind of wish that line was spoken before, like, you know, he kind of wiped the thing out. Or, since I am a big fan of John Carpenter's The Thing, I would have loved it if, like, the Frostmark Titan's kind of in some area, Kurt Russell throws a flare or something, and he just kind of repeats, like, his iconic line. He's like, "Yeah, well, fuck you too." And he throws, like, a flare or shoots something, and then the thing kind of blows up in that regards. Now, that would have been a bit of fan service, but I would have really loved it. So, anyway, so they do that. The Frostmark Titan also destroys the files, because, like, he was chasing after May, who, mind you, is, like, going through hypothermia and nearly dying, and kind of like sprays its freeze breath on the files, and you know, Shaw is not very happy about this sort of thing. Eventually they do escape on a helicopter, thanks in part to Kentaro, and the episode ends with them kind of meeting up with Tim, because that's where the helicopter takes them. But there's also some moment too where kind of like May is holding Kate's hand. Keep in mind, she's not thankful or anything for Kentaro, who's the one who phoned in the chopper in the first place. He also finds out that his dad is still alive, because he was the one who kind of fixed things up at this little base right here. So his dad is off somewhere. Maybe he's in Hollow Earth, maybe he's someplace else. I don't exactly like 100% know. There's a lot of theories I have kind of going on in my head. Maybe even like his mom is still alive, but she's like in Hollow Earth. That could be kind of something cool worth exploring, but I don't exactly know. Like I said, it's a big mystery, if you will. So some exciting aspects going forward. I still didn't hate this episode. Like I said, it's my least favorite of the 4 so far. I kind of was missing some of the 50s flashbacks, but at the same time, it was definitely a lot slower, a little bit more character focused. So if you're kind of invested in that storyline, you're kind of getting a little bit more stuff with that. There's not too much in terms of Titan action or anything like that, but we do get some things kind of slowly building the overall plot forward. There's some mysterious like beams of energy coming up from the Earth, looks like the portals to Hollow Earth, if you will. Like I said, it's all one big kind of mystery. There's some exciting aspects to it, but I mean, comparatively speaking to the first 4 episodes, I just like the first 3 episodes a little bit more. Maybe the last episode might have been my favorite, mostly, like I said, due to Kurt Russell giving his time to shine. But once again, Kurt Russell does have the best line in the entire episode. "Dinner time, you son of a bitch." But damn it, I wish they would have had a Thing reference that would, I know, like I said, it's a bit of fan service for those who love that movie, and it would have been something really funny. But like I said, from what I got, I was still entertained overall. I think there's some definite tension going to be brewing forward with Kentaro, May, and Kate, if you will. I don't know if they're going to turn this thing into a weird love triangle. I hope not, because I feel like that would kind of bog the show down a little bit. But I did kind of feel bad for him, because like he does do the big rescue, and like May just seems like, screw you, Kentaro. I'm gonna hold Kate's hand instead because she stood by my side. But you did kind of save us. Like there's no like moment between the two of them. But hey, you know what? He's going through his own stuff, and I wish him the best. But anyways, that's all I really have to say about this particular episode of Monarch Legacy of Monsters. What did you think of it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, hit that bell for notifications. Let me know what you thought of episode 4 of the show. I don't know if I'm posting this before or after the Godzilla Kong, the new Empire trailer comes out, but we shall see. I don't know. I'm really excited. I'm stoked. I can't wait to see this movie trailer today. But the Monsterverse is doing quite well. Like I said, I got this -1 this past week. This is like one of the best weeks ever to be a Godzilla fan. So I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm feeling pretty good. But hope you're all having a good day. But anyways, that's all I got to say. Tune in next week as we will talk about episode 5 of Monarch Legacy of Monsters. Should be fun, should be exciting, and really good stuff. But anyways, that's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.